you, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Yes.
Members of the jury,
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, baby.
Is there anyone who does not agree with the verdict as read?
Cry it out, boy. Cry it out.
Would you wish the jury polled?
You deserve that one, man.
Okay. Okay, folks, your job is done, and
Fuck the commies.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as you and the rest of the world already know, Kyle Rittenhouse has been acquitted on all charges. Give that man a hand. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Crishaun the Don on all those social media platforms. Let's get the show on the road. Now, what I love mostly about the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict, this case exposes the left wing for who they really are. It destroyed every single fake leftist narrative. See, this is the lesson that I'm taking from this, and I hope that the rest of the right wing is taking from this. Number one is for the right wing to keep this energy, because I'm loving it. I mean, listen to any right wing show right now. They are all on fire. On fucking fire. Tucker's on fire. Crowder is killing it. Officer Tatum is going off. I'm pretty sure even Ben Shapiro dropped an F-bomb on his show. Speaking of which, hiya Ben, how are ya? Miss ya, loving the show. Happy Hanukkah. They're yelling, they're cursing, they're being brash, they're being very non-PC right now. Oh, it's just great. It's good job. Bravo. Keep up the good work. Because this is what we got to do in order to keep winning for the conservatives. And the second part is to stop giving the benefit of the doubt to these fucking pure evil people. That's one of the things that I learned from Jesse Lee Peterson. And when I went on Jesse Lee Peterson's show, I remember we were talking about racism, and Jesse said, "Ain't no such thing as racism. It's just evil." And I said, "I don't know if I see the world in such black and white terms." And then he asked me if I was a slut maker. And I said yes to that, which, now that I think about it, was kind of a weird moment in my career. My grandmother saw that interview. She hasn't looked at me the same since. Anyway, but now I'll be honest, I'm starting to see exactly what he means. And I think this Kyle Rittenhouse case has made me see it that way. Because I've yet to hear anybody make a good faith argument against Kyle Rittenhouse. To be honest, I don't know if there is a good faith argument in this case. Regardless of what the verdict is, I don't think there's any person on this planet that has watched that video and honestly believed that Kyle Rittenhouse was guilty. Like, I felt like a common consensus from the left wing and from all the woke warriors out there that they weren't surprised that Kyle Rittenhouse was found not guilty. And they're all claiming that they're not surprised because they believe that
this is a system of white supremacy that's set up to help people like Kyle Rittenhouse.
I honestly don't believe any one of them are not surprised by this because they think it's a system of white supremacy. I honestly believe they're not surprised because they knew the whole time that Kyle Rittenhouse was innocent. And again, anybody that has two fucking brain cells in their head could watch that tape and easily come to the conclusion that he was defending himself. So yeah, I believe they knew he was innocent and they wanted to see an innocent white man go to prison based on some kind of cosmic payback for slavery, I guess. Or I guess we're still talking about slavery. Or that Kyle being sent to prison would be some kind of payback for them having to live in a white supremacist system. Yeah, a white supremacist system that has nothing but welfare and affirmative action, school scholarships, financial aid, the tens of millions of dollars that goes into HBCU funding every year, multiple civil rights groups at your disposal, all of these policies and social programs that exist solely to benefit black people, and a lot of the times to the detriment of white people. Yeah, you're living in a white supremacist system, sure. And again, it exposes all these fake social justice warriors who claim that they're going out fighting injustice. And then Kyle Rittenhouse comes along and with just a few bullets exposes BLM for being a group that not only doesn't stand against injustice, but is in favor of injustice as long as it benefits them politically. Yes, they finally have been exposed for being the true fascists that they really are. Let me show you something. This meme right here, I saw a lot of right-wingers sharing this. It says, I've been seeing a lot of how come a 17-year-old had an AR-15, but I haven't seen any how come a convicted felon had a pistol. And the fact that this meme exists shows that the right wing is still a little bit behind on this conversation. It's because they don't care about the law. They don't believe that laws should exist. They believe all laws are white supremacist. They know that Gage had a gun. They know it. There's pictures, there's video. Gage himself admitted that he had a gun that was illegal. So they know. Anybody making this argument knows that Gage had a gun, but they just refuse to acknowledge it because they're absolutely devoted to their cult of evil. Anybody who plays stupid, because I don't think there's anybody that is really that stupid. I'm not accepting stupidity as an excuse anymore. Not because I actually think you're stupid. It's because I think you're lying. Because I don't think anybody's that stupid. Just like BLM, a group who's based on fighting the injustices of our criminal justice system, we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they don't understand the law. And that if Kyle Rittenhouse wasn't a black man that was, let's say, shooting up a Trump rally and totally justified the same way that Kyle Rittenhouse is, you don't think they'd be making the same arguments that we're making right now? They would be. And it's because they're smart enough to know what they're doing. And what they're doing is fucking evil. I mean, a lot of you are probably wondering, why are we still arguing about these same points? Like, for instance, that he drove across state lines with an illegal AR-15. None of that is true. We've been arguing this point for a year straight. I had an argument with somebody the other day who saw the video and claimed that nobody that was chasing Kyle had guns. I mean, people are still arguing that a skateboard can't be used as a deadly weapon. And again, I tell you, it's not because they're stupid. It's not because they can't understand the law. And it's not because they don't have common sense. It's because they're pretending not to know. And they're pretending not to know because they're completely devoted to their narrative. Kyle Rittenhouse now for me is the barometer of evil because of how obvious it was that he was defending himself, and because he was actually one of the very few people out there that night that was not there for nefarious reasons. Then the people that actually lobbied for his conviction spread lies, spread propaganda, race baited with fake news stories. You labeled this kid a fucking white supremacist because you know that that's going to put his life in danger forever. Even if you just shared a meme about this case that was based on a lie without fact checking it first. And even the people who choose to be ignorant about the facts of this case, and you use that as a basis to advocate for an innocent 17-year-old kid to spend the rest of his life in prison because why, you disagree with his political beliefs, or what, you don't like the color of his skin, and all the black people that are using this to justify their own racism and that are going, oh, well, now you know what racism feel like. You've become what the fuck you hate. You are now one of those people who are in favor of injustice. You don't believe in the right of the people to protect and defend their lives and other people's lives. And now your blissful ignorance has led you down a path that has you now defending a serial pedophile. And we're not talking, oh, I looked up something on the internet I shouldn't have. We're talking about a man who raped children, brutally raped children. And you're defending him and you're calling him a hero. And for that, you're fucking evil. I don't care if you're a friend of mine or if you're a family member. You people fucking disgust me. And the next morning, when all those kids that Joseph Rosenbaum raped and destroyed the lives of heard that he was shot in the street like a goddamn dog, they celebrated. And they said, whoever that man that shot him is my hero. And that man was Kyle Rittenhouse. And I hear a lot of people on the right wing trying to make the argument that Anthony Huber might have been a hero in his own regards because he thought he was trying to stop an active shooter. This is what I say. Anthony Huber is just as guilty as the rest of them. Anthony Huber only attacked Kyle Rittenhouse based on the word of an angry mob that was chasing after him with weapons. He attacked Kyle after already seeing him being attacked by multiple people as he laid on the floor, and he bashed the kid over the head with a skateboard. Since when do we ever call somebody who's watching somebody get jumped by a mob and then joins them a hero? Fuck him, and if you get offended by that, you can go suck Anthony Huber's dead dick. And this all shows you why it's very important that when these riots go down, that we have right-wing or at least reasonable people who believe in some kind of law and order. We need more of those kind of people to be out at these riots, not only to protect businesses, but also those same people need to be out there documenting all of these riots. Because if it wasn't for the video footage, let's be real, Kyle Rittenhouse would probably be convicted for murder right now. There has to be a lot of video footage from that night that we haven't seen. There's got to be people that have video footage from that night that, again, are people who don't believe in the law and don't believe in due process, who wouldn't offer up that footage for the investigation. And in this trial, there was a lot of people who were exposed for either not coming forward, for being involved. Like, for instance, one of the counts were against a man that they had to call Jumpman. They didn't even know his real name because he never came forward. And I think that's because he knew he did something wrong. If you know you did something right and you believe in due process, you're going to come forward and give the information that you know. So yes, it's very important that we document what's actually going on out there, because obviously the media isn't going to show you. And obviously the left-wing politicians are going to do nothing but use these things to gin up and conjure some kind of hatred between the people. And conservatives and Trump supporters aren't the ones that made this political. It was the left-wing radicals and extremists that made this political, that automatically tied Kyle Rittenhouse to Donald Trump, when honestly, I don't even know what Kyle Rittenhouse's political views are. I don't know if anybody does. So how about the left wing save us all this trouble and just come up with one political policy that doesn't suck a big fat dick and that works? Because that way you could just rely on your ideas and not have to spend all this time trying to convince people that conservatives are racist and white supremacists. How about that, huh? How about we try that one? So I want to change one bit of rhetoric on the right wing. A lot of us like to say, stop watching mainstream media because it's making you stupid. No, it's got to change. Stop watching mainstream media because it's making you evil. It's turning you into a horrible human being. So right-wing media personalities, please use the Kyle Rittenhouse case as the jump-off point. Let's keep this same energy. No more going back to this Mr. Nice Guy bullshit. We won the battle, but the gloves are off, and it's time to win the war.
Have you ever heard a lie told to a blind soul? A fly song from a psycho. Rise up in the psycho like a cyclone. Ride slow to a hype song. Skip 4 tracks on a 5-song EP that you bought from a guy selling a CD outside of the nightclub. I don't make feel-good music. I make it appeal to the real rap game. Only cut checks for that real hood music. Fuck a culture. Cutthroat, now I do it for the vultures. You are not in control. I am not alone. I am out of zone. My ghostwriter just went ghost.